Hey everyone, welcome to the Payout Playbook, your go-to show for all things college football betting. I'm your host, Michael Jascott, aka Mikey Pick'em, and today we're breaking down the biggest matchups and best betting opportunities for Week 6. So far this season, we are 18 and 15 against the spread and with over-unders. Last week, the following bets were made and lost, some of them. Notre Dame, Arkansas, under 64.5, that's a loss. Wake, plus 14. Remember, they were coming off a bye. Then we got the win there. OSU, Washington, under 52.5, got the win. Jacksonville State, plus 4, loss. Georgia, minus 3, that's a loss. Don't know what happened in that game. Oregon, plus 3.5. The Ducks in Happy Valley get the win. One game I didn't bet on, but I told you would be interesting, was the Virginia Cavaliers hosting Florida State. It went back and forth and eventually to a second overtime, an instant Friday night classic with the Virginia fans storming the field the moment the game ended. So what's going on this week in college football? We got your picks right here. Baylor hosts Kansas State. Baylor's favored by 6.5. Listen, both teams are 1-4 against the spread. KSU is off a big home win against USCF last week, following a bye. That's very important to me. And Baylor just beat Oklahoma State in Stillwater 45-27. The Bears quarterback Sawyer Robertson is an NFL prospect. He's got 13 touchdowns and only 3 picks. Not to mention he's 6'3", 220. That's a big man right there. Kansas State quarterback Avery Johnson does a little differently. He relies very much on running the ball, though he does have 8 passing touchdowns so far. However, the Wildcats just can't seem to win on the road. They've lost their last 3 road games against the spread and straight up, not to mention a home loss to Army in early September. Baylor averaging 513 yards a game. That's 200 more than Kansas State. Also, a much higher third down conversion rate and first down per play. I'm taking the Baylor Bears at home minus 6.5. Virginia Tech, the Hokies, hosting Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons. Virginia Tech is also favored by 6.5. This game is going to depend a lot on whether Robbie Ashford, the Wake quarterback, plays. I was watching Wake Forest and the Georgia Tech game this past Saturday, and I liked what I saw from Ashford. However, his backup, Deshaun Purdy, was, let's be honest, simply atrocious. On the other side of the ball is Kyron Drones, someone who was once thought of as a Heisman candidate and certainly an NFL prospect at the quarterback position. Virginia Tech has been up and down this season, but they've won 2 in a row following the firing of former head coach Brent Pry. Tech has also nearly tripled the sack percentage on defense than Wake. Also, much higher yards per rush on offense and time of possession. This pick depends on who plays for Wake, but I feel comfortable taking the Hokies minus 6.5. We have the Maryland Terrapins, the Terps, hosting Washington. Maryland is a 6.5-point underdog. Earlier in the season, I was liking what I saw from Damon Williams Jr., the quarterback for the Huskies. But then Washington hosted the Buckeyes, and hey, a good defense can hit you fast. He wasn't necessarily bad against my Ohio State team. He did complete 81% of his throws, but the offense only fared 6 points total. They had major trouble attacking the solid Buckeyes defense. Now they fly across the country, facing Maryland fresh off a bye. The Terps have played well. They sit at 4-0 and won in Madtown, Wisconsin on September 20th. Freshman quarterback Malik Washington has been playing like a stud. 8 touchdowns, only 1 pick. While I know the Maryland offense can score, I was surprised to see how good they are on defense. They only allow 9 points a game and are +2 in turnover margin per game. Not to mention they allow third down conversions only 30% of the time. Malik Washington only gets sacked on less than 1% of plays. That's how you win. You have to protect the quarterback and give him a chance to move the ball downfield. Give me the points. Terps plus 6.5. Next, we have Troy in South Alabama. Troy is favored by 2.5. Troy has gone 7-3 straight up and 6-4 against the spread in this matchup the past 10 years. Something caught my eye in the South Alabama schedule, actually. They lost to Coastal Carolina, not a very good team, at home as a 16-point favorite. They just lost to North Texas as well. Now they continued the road trip and faced Detroit Trojans, a team that plays well when Goose Crowder suits up. He's their quarterback. That's the problem here, though. He may not play. Troy is rested after a bye week, and I think the better team wins and covers. Small spread, let's go with Troy, minus 2.5. And now we get to the game of the week, Miami and Florida State. It's got to be the U, doesn't it? I mean, they beat the Fighting Irish, they handled USF, and covered, by the way, and then they beat the Gators. My only concern is that they haven't played a true road game since their famous loss to Syracuse last November. The Seminoles did beat Alabama several weeks ago, but then scheduled 2 cupcakes, including Kent State and Texas A&M Commerce. They lost a double overtime thriller to the Cavaliers in Charlottesville this past Friday. Miami dominates time of possession with nearly 60% of ball control, and on defense, they only concede third downs 27% of the time. I don't think 4 points is too much to ask. I expect fun quarterback play, some hard hits, and a great rivalry game. I'm taking Miami, the U, -4. One note here, the Ohio State Buckeyes, my Buckeyes, I'm an alum, hosting Minnesota. The Buckeyes are favored by 24. I'm probably going to take the Buckeyes. I haven't made up my mind yet. Or maybe the over 44.5, but that should be another fun game at night. That's going to do it for this week's episode of the Payout Playbook. I hope these insights help you make smarter bets and maybe even win some money this weekend. Don't forget to follow us on social media and subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Good luck with your bets. Enjoy week 6.